LeVar Johnson, it is time, my man. We are back. ROG TV number 2, and my dude, do we have a unique stacked card here tonight. We will have 2 fatal 4-way elimination matches, LeVar, where we will get to see who will challenge Nino Infinito next week for the inaugural ROG Openweight Championship. The first man into the ring, stepping up on the plate, is going to be Ethan Gates. And man, how you feeling tonight?
I am absolutely wonderful. Like, we got 2 fatal 4-ways, and just who doesn't love multi-man action? And coming out next, speaking of the second man in the match, Kadir Hassan, looking ready to go. And as you said, the winner of these matches will go on to face Nino Infinito for that Openweight Championship. And you gotta be feeling a little bit of tingles, a little nervous, because you know you're going for the gold right after this match is over.
Well, I didn't exactly say that, but I get your enthusiasm, because the winners of each fatal 4-way match, LeVar, will face off in our main event tonight. And also on the docket, we have the Samoan Beast, Komodo, in action later, is now the 3rd man making his way to the ring as a debut that I have been so excited to see. It is a man who I have watched all around the United States. It is the one, it is the only, it is the dime dropper, Leonard Dimes.
Now I'm a big guy myself, and I can personally say that's a big ass dude right there walking up the apron. That man is an absolute giant, and that's got to be a game changer in this fatal 4-way matchup. Because as we saw, Kadir Hassan got a little size on him, but not compared to Leonard Dimes, and you know we love our big man over here in ROG.
ROG, man, the land of the beast, the land of the meat, and that is exactly what we got going on here tonight. As the man representing Casa Cortez, Leonard Dimes, is making his ROG debut. And man, imagine what it would be like if he won this fatal 4-way and secured himself a position in the main event match.
Hey man, and that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, you gotta go, you gotta just be ready for the next match. You got to do everything at a certain pace, and you gotta, the main thing is got to be about paces. You can't be tired during this match, and then you go into that main event, you're tired, you're gassed out, and your opponent's gonna come out there and dog you.
And it wouldn't be a fatal 4-way without the 4th man, the 4th entrant in this match. We seen him last week. He defeated the Righteous One. Sean Sky is here, and Sean Sky is looking to put Dorian Grace behind him once and for all as he looks to secure his position in the main event, LeVar.
Speaking of my man Dorian Grace, you gotta know he's probably seething backstage right now, seeing as he lost to Sean Sky last week in a very beautiful matchup. He's got to be seething, because, you know, if he would have won that match, if he would have put Sean Sky on that path to righteousness, he could have been on his own path to get into that openweight title. This might have been him in his position, but no, Sean Sky came up there, got the job done, and solidified his spot in this match.
Something that Sean Sky probably also has to think about is he does have to keep an eye out for Dorian Grace. This is a fatal 4-way match, LeVar. There is no disqualification, there is no count out, so Dorian Grace could make his presence be known at any time throughout this match.
And that's got to be fearful, having that chip on your shoulder. But ladies and gentlemen, Ethan Gates, Kadir Hassan, Mike Dives, and Sean Sky. Let's get it going.
I do love myself some Mike Dimes music, but that's why Leonard Dimes came out to him, and now Leonard not on the good receiving end of that neckbreaker Russian leg sweep by Ethan Gates. Kadir Hassan here, that's something that you're going to notice here, LeVar. With this being a fatal 4-way elimination match, each man has to watch out for themselves here. They have to be careful, because no one is going to save them. They are hoping and praying that they get eliminated faster, so they have higher hopes of winning the matches here tonight.
Absolutely, as we see a beautiful springboard drop kick, and another drop kick from Sean Sky. He's moving at a very quick pace, taking every man out and leaving the ring for himself, but gets caught with a forearm by Ethan Gates.
Kadir Hassan had that beautiful block up, not allowing Ethan Gates to keep that fast aggression going on him. That is one thing that 3 of these men in this matchup have. They have speed, they have agility, but then you have that wild card, that big man with Leonard Dimes sitting there. Leonard currently doing the wise thing, going to take a breather here, LeVar, as right now Sean Sky, this guy has been on top of the match so far. Huge satellite DDT.
Yes, sir. We love to see that, being in control very early, as Ethan Gates looking to stop that right now with a big discus punch to the jaw. And Brian, I just want to ask you a little question. Like, what do you think the game plan is for them? Do you go to target the big man? Do you get him out early? Or do you target the person you deem as most as a threat, like how maybe Sean Sky's threat would be Ethan Gates? What do you think the game plan is for these men?
Honestly, I think it's a little bit of both. I think you want to naturally go for the biggest dog in the fight, so then that way you don't have to worry about having such an imposing opponent on you. Because just look at that, LeVar. This man is almost 300 pounds, and he just did a backflip with ease. But you also have to sit there and think that at the end of the day, this is an elimination match. It doesn't matter who you go after, because you are going to have to fight every single one of these men until you are the last man standing.
And then on top of that, as we see right now, weapons are coming into play. Steel steps on the ring. Hold on, little possum. One. Ooh, big kick out from Sean Sky. And Leonard Dimes are trying to pack him up early. And on the outside, the kendo stick being put to work, but gets cut shortly.
Folks, we do have that high elevated camera here for you, so that way you miss zero action when we have some competitors on the outside of the ring. Be in mind that the referee is trying to keep his eye on everything. You may not be able to win on the outside of the ring, but he still does have to make sure that the wrestlers are safe in some capacity, as right now Kadir is in the driver's seat on the outside against Ethan, and Sean Sky looks like he has something planned for Leonard, as he is just planting that steel chair all over Leonard Dimes.
You got to be thinking, like, some of these people, they might not be the type of guys to use weapon in their matches, to play dirty, get aggressive. And when it's a fatal four-way match and there's no rules, and you're going, and Sean Sky's going against somebody like Leonard Dimes, that size difference, you got to do whatever is possible. And Sean Sky's going to send him to the corner in full speed ahead. Big clothesline now off the bottom rope, swinging DDT.
Kadir really having his way with Ethan Gates on the outside here. Both men just slamming one another into that barricade is Sean Sky. That huge double stomp to the stomach. 1, 2. Can we see our first elimination? And yes, we do. Leonard Dimes shockingly eliminated LeVar.
And it's bye-bye from Leonard Dimes. And you know that's got to have a big boost from Sean Sky. He goes to the outside where the other two men have been really separated themselves, but now it's a triple threat match. Now this is where, you know, the jumpings could start, the teamwork could start, trying to get the most threatening man out.
Leonard Dimes walking to the action here, kind of getting some words into his opponents when he was in the match. Now he's walking around, kind of sitting there. He's almost like he's observing this match, LeVar. He's getting some intel, getting that, you know, that information, because let's be honest here, Leonard Dimes, this isn't the last we're going to see of this man. This man is going to be an ROG constant. So he's sitting there and doing the wise thing is he's just observing what these three guys have still to offer in this match. Is Kadir Hassan, Jesus Christ, planning Ethan Gates on that mat.
Of course, we call that scouting. That's what Leonard Dimes is doing as he's finally making his way to the back. And you also got to be thinking, while he's making his way to the back, he's probably walking past the other four competitors in the other Fatal 4-Way match. They're definitely backstage watching this match, waiting to see who wins. And seeing that Sean Sky got that big elimination against Mike Dimes, they might be thinking that he's definitely going to be a problem.
And you know, you got to think at a certain point, you know, there is going to be a buffer. We have this Fatal 4-Way, and then we have another Fatal 4-Way directly after that, and then we're going to have a buffer match. So both men that were winners of their respective Fatal 4-Way matches are able to have some rest. But you got to think, LeVar, regardless of who wins these matches, they will not be 100% walking into the main event.
And Sean Sky just got hit with that big forearm across the neck while we were talking. And a big kick out. Now I definitely thought that was gonna be it, but it was just a 2 count. Now Kadir Hassan is in control of both of these men right now. He's looking like he's out for blood.
And I would be too. You know, Kadir Hassan, this guy really wants to make a name for himself here in ROG. And what better way to make a name for yourself than trying to become the first ever ROG Openweight Champion?
I mean, there is no better way to do it than putting gold around your waist. But you know, it's going to be hard with two men like Ethan Gates and Sean Sky in the ring, as we just seen that big flying knee. But here comes Kadir Hassan, wheelbarrow switch DDT.
You know, I don't know if I would really advise these guys to do their strategies that they're doing right now. But wait a minute, Ethan Gates has him up, and he's about to pull in. Kadir Hassan, save your salvation, 2. Oh, but Kadir just barely kicking out, LeVar.
That was real close. That almost got him out, but could this be it right here for Ethan Gates? Ooh, big kick out. Sean Sky trying to get a little sneak pin right there as he goes back to getting worked by Kadir Hassan with a big integrator to the back of the head.
And it's so smart, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, everyone in these matches, they know they're not going to be 100% walking into that main event, like I said. So you got to sit there and you have to try and get them out as quickly as possible so you can have as much time after your match is done to try and recuperate. As, wait a minute, Ethan Gates, huge springboard forearm to the face of Sean Sky. And now Ethan Gates is cleaning house, LeVar.
He's on an absolute rampage right here, and that he's just going back to working Kadir's hand, going back and forth. Hold on, roll up, super kick to the chin. Kind of a little pass off from Ethan Gates from Sean Sky there, but that ends very shortly.
Exactly. The teamwork here in these matches is not going to be long-lived. All of these guys, all 8 men that are competing in these matches here tonight in those fatal 4-ways, they know what is on the line. They know that they did not have to go through what Nino Infinito went through. You know, Nino Infinito winning the first fatal 4-way at Genesis of Glory, not needing to go through this small gauntlet, unlike these 8 men here tonight. But right now, Sean Sky, I would have to say, is the MVP of this match so far.
Right now, and the only thing that I would say Sean Sky and Nino Infinito have over their competition, like, we don't know who's in that next fatal 4-way match. You just got to wait to see, just like the rest of us. As, hold on, wait a second before I continue, that double team that we were talking about earlier comes out of nowhere. And, oh my God, it ends just like that.
Oh God. Bloodied. Oh, wait a minute, LeVar planting Sean Sky on that chair. An absolutely ruthless DDT. As, wait, what is Ethan Gates up to, LeVar? We've seen this before. Those educated knees.
Knee straight to the chin, and wisely Kadir Hassan gonna roll to the outside. But like I was saying, the thing we know so far that Sean Sky and Nino Infinito have over their opponent is a match. They've wrestled before. Sean Sky wrestled last week. These 2 men haven't wrestled yet in ROG, but we're seeing that they still know the game. They still know what to do, as they're just going absolute all out and brawling.
Kadir Hassan, Jesus, man. And to your point that you said earlier, well, most of these guys do not typically go for weapons. They do not go for that quote-unquote dirty or quote-unquote hardcore approach. But when you have such a match that has these stakes, I do not blame them. It is a dog-eat-dog world. These are prize fighters trying to get one of the top prizes in ROG, which is the Openweight Championship.
And that's 100% right there, real from you. It's, as you said, dog-eat-dog world. You got to do whatever you got to do to get yourself to the top. And we've definitely seen that from Kadir Hassan with these weapons. Hold on, ripcord knee to the chin. And that might be good night from Sean Sky. 2. Oh, my God. What a kick out again from Sean Sky.
Sean Sky not going to go away easy, man. I don't feel like any of these guys are going to go away easy. Let us not act like Leonard Dimes went away easy. This man might have gotten taken a bit off guard. He might have not expected 3 fast-paced opponents. But now here we go. Kadir up in the sky one more time. Save your salvation. Planting him to the mat. 2. And it is a one-on-one, LeVar.
Absolutely. Both of these men both got one elimination each. As Ethan Gates just got cracked across the head with that kendo stick. Could that be it? Oh, I thought that would have just put that boy to sleep.
Both of these guys are bloodied up. Both of these guys have to be tired right now. A beautiful dodge by Ethan Gates. Who would have known the maneuver that Sean Sky was going for there? It could have been absolute disaster if he would have connected. But now Ethan Gates showing that bit of aggression, showing his side where he is not going to take no for an answer. He is not going to lay down easily. This man is going to fight until the very last breath.
I mean, and you can't. You know, you got to fight. That's that. It's more of it's an instinctive thing. Your body's not going to let you give up. Your mindset's not going to let you just stop and lay down. You know how much is on the line and how hard you work to get here.
And you got to think both of these guys are going to want to head into the second pay-per-view on the line as the reigning ROG Openweight Champion. But wait a minute, Ethan Gates is going to advance, LeVar.
Man. 2 big eliminations with Kadir Hassan. Not the biggest elimination, but it got the job done. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner. And we're going to see him later on in the main event. Ethan Gates, as he gets to go back, chill out, and regain his breath, and scout that next Fatal 4-Way match, which is coming up next.
Sean, do you think we're done? Do you really think one victory over me will really help you, and that it will keep me from guiding you to the path of righteousness? Wrong. I am Dorian Grace. I am the righteous one, and my mission has and will be to guide you alongside me. Please, Sean, don't make me resort to extreme measures. I promise you, you would not like if I had to resort to them. It would be best for your health, safety, and career for you to see where I'm coming from and walk the righteous path.
LeVar, man, we are back. Our second Fatal 4-Way elimination match here tonight, and a man who made his debut in a Fatal 4-Way, the none other than Toro Bravo himself. The big man is here. How we feeling?
Man, I'm excited to be back on another beautiful ROG show, another sold-out arena. And like you were saying, Toro Bravo made a real big impact in that Fatal 4-Way match we saw. Sadly, couldn't pick up the victory, but hey, he's looking to get back here tonight.
Hey man, with it being elimination tonight, that mistake that we watched him make on Genesis of Glory cannot repeat itself. But see, LeVar, the thing that most fans are probably a little bit shocked about is the man that is going to be making his way to the ring right now, the man that Toro Bravo targeted to essentially lose himself and Super Titan, the Fatal 4-Way, when Nino Infinito stole it from underneath their noses. As both men were exchanging barbs on social media, and Super Titan is here with a mission tonight, and he's looking to get some revenge.
I mean, as sometimes that's what it's all about. That's all it takes is when somebody, not even just to focus on you, but they're running their mouth after the match. You know, that's all it takes to get you tight and, you know, go to the back and request the match against this person one more time. And I know Titan definitely is angry that he lost that Fatal 4-Way match, because in my opinion, I definitely think he could have won. I definitely think Titan could have had that in the bag, but Toro Bravo kind of sold it for both of them.
You know, usually I don't like to do the jumping on the bandwagon, but I completely do agree with you there, LeVar. You know, I feel like Toro Bravo made a critical mistake by focusing on Super Titan in that Fatal 4-Way match. But tonight, as I previously mentioned, that mistake cannot be made again. It is an elimination 4-Way match, folks. We have already saw the first man, Ethan Gates, win in the opener here tonight, and now we get to see who is going to face him in the main event to then face Nino Infinito next week to become the inaugural Openweight Champion.
I mean, and these main event matches are critical, especially these Fatal 4-Way elimination matches, because like how you said earlier, there's no one going to save you. That's coming out next, the third competitor in this match, Tom Richter, somebody who we haven't seen yet, but I'm very, very excited to see. Jordan, Brian, how you feel about this man right here?
You know, man, honestly, Tom Richter, he's the gatekeeper. He's a veteran in this game. Been wrestling for more than 10 years on the independent scene. I've seen him in a couple places, PWS, XWA. But you know what? Tom Richter is making his debut here, man. What a way to make a debut. You're making your mark here and ROG had a chance to potentially become a champion. Sure, you gotta win this Fatal 4-Way, and then you gotta win against Ethan Gates later tonight. But what a way you could make a splash in the pool of ROG if you can do this in your debut show, man.
Of course, and we know it's doable. We saw with Ethan Gates. That was Ethan Gates' debut match, and he came out with a big W. Got two eliminations right at the end of the match, but hey, he got the job done. And we could probably see the same thing with Tom Richter.
Tom Richter is no nonsense, LeVar. This man is strictly business, and he is here to try and make his mark in ROG and within TCN. And now this is an interesting one right here, LeVar. This young man that is about to make his debut and make his way to the ring, Chris Skywalker. This young man is 20 years young. Would you believe it or not if I told you this is his professional debut? His first professional match in a wrestling ring.
I mean, not at all. You said 20 years young, but you know, with the style he's coming out with, he looks like he's a slight little veteran, but you can see the nerves shaking him out before he get in the ring, stepping into a ring for the first time. But hey, we're glad he got to do it in ROG of all places.
Absolutely, man. You know what? That's what it's all about. It's all about making your mark in the history books, and what other than a way exactly for Chris Skywalker, man. As your professional debut, you have the possibility of going to the main event. Imagine that. Imagine telling yourself at 20 years young, hey man, you're going to be in this Fatal 4-Way, and if you win, you're going to then face off later in the main event. That's just crazy. I just feel like hopefully he doesn't let the nerves get to him, because as you said, he had to shake it out a little bit, and just his body language seems a little bit like he's trying to open it up and, you know, get his feelings, but we'll see how it goes.
I mean, most definitely, because I feel like there could be a lot of high promises to the kid if he really can perform tonight, but we won't have to find out sooner. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this started.
The second Fatal 4-Way elimination, folks, and here we go. The two big men, Tom Richter, Toro Bravo, going at it. As the smaller men, we're going at it, but Chris Skywalker really taking that a big prison approach here by going for the biggest guy in the ring, that Hurricane Rana, but now Super T-Tone, putting the young man down with that beautiful suplex. And now LeVar, we've seen it in the first Fatal 4-Way, man. We are going to try and win this match by any means necessary. So folks that might not use weapons ordinarily are going to do any means necessary.
We get a quick penalty. Titan trying to eliminate Bravo real quickly. You know, of course he's going to try to go after the man he has a lot of animosity towards in this match, but you know, you can't be focused on that because that can also be your downfall, as we saw in their first Fatal 4-Way at Genesis Glory, as Toro Bravo just tossing Titan around the ring, and here comes Skywalker, big side kick to the head, bring that energy. We'd love to see it.
And I feel like me and you especially could have expected this. Toro Bravo, Super T-Tone facing and focusing one another. But right now, Toro Bravo wisely just standing there waiting to see what's going on. Super T-Tone trying to get that sneak attack on him, LeVar. Did not work here. We are seeing the strength of Toro Bravo as that stun gun dropping Titan on the throat on that rope, man.
And then on top of that, also peep how, as you said earlier, the big guys are going after the other big guys and the little guys are going after each other. We saw the exact opposite of that in the other Fatal 4-Way matches, because Sean Sky went after the biggest guy in the match and somehow eliminated him.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That was a crazy upset when Sean Sky eliminated Leonard Dimes. But right now it's kind of switched up a little bit. We have Toro Bravo taking on Super T-Tone. Tom Richter, the gatekeeper, kind of talking a little bit of smack to Skywalker here. And folks, we do have this high altitude camera, so you miss none of the action. Me and LeVar here live on YouTube. If you're enjoying the show, make sure to leave a like, make sure to leave a comment, subscribe. T-Tone with a huge power bomb to the middle of the ring.
Backing him up, ooh, and only on one count. Bravo showing he's not going nowhere, as Richter is really working on Sky on the outside. Is not really much offense has been found as back in the ring, but some of his own power, dropping Toro Bravo on that big knee.
You know, people always talk about when veterans miss elongated time in the ring, and they talk about ring rust, but you got to think, instead of ring rust, there's quite the opposite. Oh my goodness. There's just not the experience for Chris. The kid, quite literally, does not have that many reps overall in the business. Sure, he trained, but this is his professional debut.
No, this is his first time in front of a live audience crowd, and like you said, the the training is really important because it prepares you for this moment, but nothing prepares you for those bright lights, the loud crowd, and your opponents that you're going to be against because you've never met these people before. This is your first time. As we see him grabbing up Toro Bravo and going to send him flying across the ground.
Basically throwing him into Tom Richter as Richter trying to return him. Now we see Richter throwing in Chris and Bravo throwing in T-Tone, and now we're back at it again here. LeVar, as the smaller men are against the smaller men and the big guys are up against one another. And I'd have to say this is a huge disadvantage for Sky, man. He is just the smallest guy, and I'm going to have to be brutally honest here. He is not the strongest.
Oh, absolutely not. But, you know, I'm going to have to take my man to go get a plate of ribs or some plate of food because he has no meat on the bones, and that's definitely putting him at a huge disadvantage. And speaking of huge, Titan lifting up Toro Bravo, stalling suplex, and walking around with it. Ooh, look at that one-handed. Bringing Bravo straight down to the mat, stalling vertical suplex. Love to see it.
And look at that, the teamwork between Chris and Super T-Tone, that was rather impressive. But you know, that is the one thing that we do have to make a notice of here, LeVar, is Tom Richter, the X-Plex, connects here. Are we going to see the kid eliminated? 2!
You know, at that young age, you're always going to have that heart and soul to get you out of those moments like that. As I would have been very disappointed to see Mr. Skywalker eliminated so early. Because I'm trying to see what promises this kid can bring as he's being worked on right now by Toro Bravo. But we see Titan stalking with that chair, waiting for his opportunity as he gets knocked out of his hand.
Yeah, man, that is just not what I want to see. And Tom Richter! Gate closed. 1, 2. Super Titan is still in this match with Varn. You know, something that you said earlier, you know, he needs a plate of ribs, but we also can't undercredit the kid yet. He's only 20 years old, man. He has plenty of time to grow into his body and to size up. So you never know. The future could be absolutely promising for this young man. We could be talking about him 5 years from now, and he could be a heavyweight for all we know.
You know, all we know, this man could be the next champion. You know, at one of the youngest champions to ever do it in the business. As you see him going to the top rope. Oh my God, what a Hurricane Rana.
2, and Super Titan is gone. Tom Richter hitting that finishing maneuver of his. Good Lord, now he's going to the outside of the ring, kind of showboating here. I can only imagine that is extremely disappointing for Super Titan, not able to get his hands on Toro Bravo enough. But goodness me, Tom Richter right now in firm control, and the weapons are starting to fly around here, LeVar.
Oh my God, he just cracked Skywalker across the skull with that kendo stick, and I think we're seeing a little bit of red from the head of Skywalker as he delivers that big side kick to the skull of Tom Richter, sending him reeling to the outside.
I would have to say you're correct. I see that forehead has some color on it, and now here we go. Chris Skywalker, what is he doing here? Oh, we got 1. Oh man, LeVar, he's not done, man.
Well, from the second round now, that's 2.
Oh, LeVar, he's calling for 1 more from the crowd, man. And the triple moonsault. This could be it. Toro Bravo could be out of here, 2. And Toro Bravo's gone.
Hey, man, 3 for the 3 count. 3 beautiful back-to-back moonsaults, bottom, top, and middle. And now could we see maybe one of the biggest upsets of ROG, the young rookie going up against, you know, a seasoned veteran in Tom Richter, who is going to face Ethan Gates in the main event.
And look at just Tom Richter, man. He's just kind of showboating, doing his thing, kind of talking some smack as Chris is on the ropes there. But look at that. Chris not allowing it to get to him. The young man really holding himself well here, composed. Oh, man, he was trying to get those steel steps. Look at the athleticism on the young boy.
Got flipped all the way to the apron, made his way back in the ring. Big snap suplex. And now he's got to get to work. Now he's got to figure out how to end this match as he gets the big arm drag. Richter right back up to his feet, though. Look at how resilient, and look at the power advantage over the little man. Hangs him up against the top rope.
This is age versus you know, like time, man. You got Tom Richter, who's been in the game for over 10 years, but you got Chris, who's 20 years young, man. So it's very interesting. We got to see if time and skill will beat age and athleticism.
10 minutes versus 10 years, you know. That's something you definitely don't want to bet against. As look at the quick strikes here from Skywalker. The big clothesline takes down Tom Richter. Now, ooh, what's he looking for here? Okay, headlock. We love some wrestling here. Ooh, look at that handstand. Ooh, you know, got to do a little showboating your own. Got to feel a little confidence every once in a while.
That's exactly what you do want to see. Building himself up here is now Chris Skywalker throwing Tom Richter on top of that kendo stick. You got to think that bamboo does not feel good. Oh my God. He's getting up.
God, not anymore. Because even though bamboo doesn't feel good, steel probably feels a lot worse.
Wait. Oh! Hitting it again, LeVar. I think the kid might be out.
1, 2, 3. Like I said, the heart and soul, the resilience from the young Skywalker somehow powering out of that little kill switch from Tom Richter, and now he's just got to figure out how to get himself out of this predicament.
Oh my God, Tom made that same mistake again, running at him with the chair, and Chris hitting that neck breaker, and now this time Chris with the huge super kick, faking out Tom with those steel steps. Referee, 1, 2. Oh man.
What a kick out. I like that little bait and play by Skywalker, picking up the steps and deciding last second, oh, he's probably going to try to take these out of my hand and delivering that big super kick to the jaw. And now going to get some work of his own in with that kendo stick. Nope, but gets caught by Tom Richter. Big kick to the gut.
Tom has him up in that power bomb position here. LeVar, and oh my God, on the apron twice. Good Lord. You know what I'm going to say, the hardest part of the ring, man.
Great steel under that apron. And now bringing the punches and bunches to Skywalker. Now he's just, and Richter's in his wheelhouse going to work on the outside and now going to target the knees. Oh, God. Snap.
Not only did he target the knees there with that maneuver, folks, but he also drives his knees to the bottom, the lower spine of Skywalker there. Then he just follows it up by breaking a kendo stick on him. Jesus God. Just punches and bunches, man.
These big strikes on Skywalker finally getting into it, throwing him back in the ring, you know, where you can actually finish the match, and that's smart. As another kendo stick coming in here to play, and Richter turned his back to get the steel steps, but not wise as Skywalker drops him with them big shots from the kendo stick.
And that could do it, man. He could have knocked him out, but clearly Tom Richter, the gatekeeper, has plenty of energy left in him here tonight. As now, what is Tom doing here? He throws the young man into the corner, and oh God. Oh.
Just beating and brutalizing Skywalker in the corner and just stomping a hole in his chest.
And that could do it as well. LeVar, 1, 2. Oh my God. This kid has heart, man. He has heart.
Absolutely, and I don't even know what to keep him down at this point. Oh, big shot, but a dodge. Again, seasoned veteran Tom Richter. Big butterfly toss.
And now Tom picking up those steel steps yet again. You gotta think this spells disaster for the young man. Just stalking him, LeVar, waiting for him to get up, and Jesus Christ.
Skywalker having to roll to the outside, trying to catch his breath, but Richter just on him like a hawk.
Oh.
Reverse suplex on the outside, chest first. And then I'm starting to feel bad for Skywalker.
Oh no, not again. Oh my God. This young man may be 20, man, but the amount of damage he's taking on his back. LeVar, God.
Richter is just dismantling him. Oh.
That was just instincts.
Getting a reversal in the flying clothesline. Doesn't quite fully execute the range, and now Richter going to target the arm. Oh, please don't. Not on the outside.
Jesus. Oh, not again. Please, not. Oh, man. This kid's back, man. He's going to do it again. Jesus. His legs, his back, his arm, LeVar.
And this is just picking apart the bones, picking apart what's left of Chris Skywalker. And Richter taking a little break, going inside the ring, and now right back on the assault.
Oh, God, just driving that elbow to the bridge of the nose, man. Like, he's already bleeding from out on his forehead and his, the top of his nose, but it feels as if Tom Richter's trying to break his nose. I don't know how much more damage Tom Richter can do to make the kid stay down. It seems as if Tom Richter has somewhat of a heart here, LeVar, as he's trying to just leave the steel steps in the ring. But Chris Skywalker, man, it's just at a certain point, when does it just become instinct? This isn't even thinking anymore.
You know, at a point, if Richter was gonna come out that ring one more time and elbow him in the nose one more time, I was gonna call to stop the match. Because it's just been a beating for the last few minutes, but Skywalker now finally picking up some offense.
It looks as if maybe Tom Richter busted the side of his head open on that steel barricade. When Chris, oh God, oh my God.
That little hesitation is costly. That just shows the inexperience from the kid.
And that is just something that you cannot do when you are in a match with a guy like, oh my God, like Tom Richter. He is chewing this kid's back up, man. Like, he is not going to be feeling good in the morning.
He's just ripping them apart. That's all it is at the end of the day. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do when you know you're going for gold.
I'm starting to get uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie to you. This is starting to be hard to watch. This kid, lifelong professional wrestling fan, grew up watching wrestling all throughout his childhood. Watched TCN. Soon as he turned 18, he hopped in training camp, and in his debut, man, I'm so impressed by him. But on the other hand, I'm just mortified by all this damage he's taking, LeVar. Oh
Somehow
no!
found a way to get back up and get put right back down.
Gates closed. That has to do it. 1, 2. What?
It's no shot. There's just absolutely no shot.
What? The kid refuses to stay down, but I'm getting in that same camp with you, LeVar. For a minute, I just don't know how much more I can sit here and take it before I have to start screaming at the ref to stop the match.
You know, there's a little bit of a press to life. Oh, big insert. Hold on, we seen this.
Wait a second, LeVar. 1.
That's 1. Second rope time.
He's going for the second one. Yes, sir. Oh, my goodness. Could you imagine this, LeVar?
Come on, big Skywalker. Moonsault from the top rope.
The 3.
Could that be it?
2. Oh.
I had faith. I tried to hold out. Hopefully the moonsaults got the job done. It got the job done on Toro Bravo, but it can't put down. It can't put down the ball. But maybe those steel steps can.
Some just desserts just shoving those steel steps in Tom Richter's back. Now see, LeVar, yet again, the inexperience of the kid, man. You had Tom Richter in the corner, and just like that, Tom Richter, the X-Plex right near that kendo stick. 1, 2, and Tom Richter is going to be in the main event, LeVar.
Maybe if Skywalker stayed in the ring, you know, kept on the attack, kept the aggression going, he maybe could have came out with the W, but instead, you know, the inexperience showed, and Tom Richter got up out that corner, delivered a big X-Plex. Luckily, it wasn't on the steel steps and didn't kill our new talent. But ladies and gentlemen, your main event has been decided. Eat the gates, Tom Richter.
After an exhilarating display of violence, grit, and determination from both of our Fatal 4-Way matches earlier tonight, LeVar, we need to have a match in between to let the two men rest. And what other way than to have the Samoan Beast, Komodo, back in Ring of Glory?
This man Komodo is an absolute monster. You saw him at Genesis of Glory put up a hard-fought battle against Bo Bronson, but sadly couldn't pick up the win. But he's looking to get a little bit of revenge tonight, get out some of that anger, because, you know, he could have possibly been in contention for that World Heavyweight Championship, but sadly he couldn't pick up the W.
I mean, hey, man. I feel like no matter what, this man can be in your title contention at the drop of a dime if he picks up the right win, or just, you know, bees himself, man. I'm terrified of the guy, so like he could sit there and be like, hey, I want a title shot, and if I'm the guy in the back, I'm like, yeah, all right, you got it, because like I don't know about you, but like I'm not having that angry man come at me. You know what I'm saying?
Fear instilled in others can get you a very, very long way in any business it is, but this man coming out showing no fear at all. Big Adonis answering the challenge against Komodo. Now Adonis's tag team partner Orion sadly could not be here tonight due to traveling issues, you know, passports and all of that, but Adonis came here by himself one-on-one to take on Komodo.
A very rare one-on-one appearance with Adonis. As my partner said, Adonis and Orion are part of Project Titan. These men are a world-renowned tag team. That is absolutely why, you know, we had to throw them in, get Ring of Glory, another beautiful tag team. So you can already expect Project Titan and future tag team matches. But right now we are blessed with a man like Adonis making his singles debut against the Samoan Beast, Komodo, where, you know, God bless him, because that's not a position I would want to be in.
Terrible place to make your debut. Not against a monster who's angry just because he just lost to another monster. It's just a place I would not want to be.
But let us not sit here and act like Adonis can't get it done, man. Adonis is a well-known wrestler in his own right. He can get it done, and this man has strength as he drops the Samoan Beast. But, you know, LeVar, in a certain way, I feel like it's only adding fuel to the fire. It's almost as if no matter what he does, you're just pissing Komodo off even more.
And that's like I was saying, that's a big angry man. But Adonis being on the attack right now, Adonis has been flooding Komodo with the speed and the agility and these big attacks from out of nowhere, like that big DDT, and I was just beating savagely on the head of Komodo.
And that's what you got to do, man. You know, we've seen this before, LeVar, when it comes to these huge size differences. The smaller man has to stay on top of the big guy, because once that big guy starts getting in control, like look at that. Komodo just bumped into him with his shoulder and almost threw Adonis off of his feet, man.
That's again, like you just said, the size difference that plays a real big part in this match. But hey, even though, like we said, Adonis is a tag team wrestler, this boy is showing out right now in his solo debut.
Oh yeah, this is incredible. I could not expect. Now wait a minute, Adonis just planting Komodo in the corner with that lawn dart. Is he gonna get a huge upset here? Oh no, that's only a 1 count. And you know, hey, you've earned the right to brag a little bit, but you are still in the ring with a monster of a man. So I would not get too high up on your horse just yet, because you have not won the match yet.
I mean, in the words of Thanos, Thanos said to Iron Man, all that for a little bump of blood, as I might need to shut my mouth, because he did all that for a 1 count, but he might be looking for the 3. Oh, wait a second, hold on. The Komodo playing a little possum, big roll up. 1.
Look at that.
Big kick out from Adonis.
All that offense, and Komodo is just walking on by, man. It's like Adonis is just throwing stuff at him, and the man, he doesn't care. It doesn't matter to him. Yeah, like, this is smart. This is exactly what I would want to do. I would want to get those arms away, so then he cannot. You limit a man's offense so much if they cannot use their arms. But you also got to be careful here, because if you piss the big man off enough, well, he's just going to turn you into dust, man.
So you're saying that's what you would do against Komodo, so you want to go against him?
And just like that, folks, I'm resigning from my position as soon as word gets back to Komodo, because that's not what I would want to do. But LeVar, we have to make them. Oh, Jesus Christ. We have to make mention here. Our referee is on a 5 count, man. Only a 10.
And here comes finally Komodo getting some offense. But again, Adonis, big back elbow pushing him off. And it does not matter. Oh, look at this. Gorilla pressed is just dropping Adonis on the floor.
And immediately picks him back up. 8 count. Taunting. Oh, man, he's telling Adonis he wants to break him in half. And now here we go.
Do just that over the top rope.
Oh, Jesus. Just
hanging him up like laundry.
And now Komodo, this is bread and butter. Big scoop slam, dropping Adonis on his back. And this is exactly what we were talking about, LeVar. You know, you get that opening start, and it's just, can you keep up with it? But wait a minute, Adonis just might do it! As the constellation connects, this just might be the end. This would be a huge upset. Oh.
And the 2 count might have just been a little constellation prize that Komodo is giving Adonis. But Adonis has been flooding Komodo. We've only seen just a little spark of life from Komodo in this match, but it mostly has been 98% Adonis.
Oh, God.
Just as I say that, his head gets taken off with that sliding lariat.
Yeah, man, you know, I don't blame you whatsoever. The commentator's curse is such a real thing here. And now Komodo is just going to launch Adonis back into the ring. And just look at the power, just, oh my God, just planting Adonis to the ground. And now, just, here we go. This is where the assault begins, LeVar.
You don't want to get headbutted by Samoan. Just look at that big speed. That's what you got to do. Use the speed, the size advantage against a bigger man. Just look at this, working the body, big stomps, big elbow to the side of the floor.
And now Adonis just sticking to the game plan that he needs to stay on. This is the path he needs for victory. Keep Komodo down. The minute Komodo is on his feet and is able to get his hands on you, you are in severe danger. And we've seen that with the glimpses of offense from Komodo tonight.
Adonis trying to use a little bit of that power, and now Komodo has another opening. But misses it, and Adonis right back on the attack. Look at the strings dropping it down on the knee. Komodo just pushing him right off. It's too easy for him. He's too little. Always look at this on the shoulders. This is not where you want to be. Death Valley driver.
And that might just do it for Adonis, man. His mouth wide open, gasping for air. Komodo's not happy. Not happy at all. And Adonis, just good for him. He is staying on top of it, refusing to stay down, not allowing Komodo to bully him. And I am, quite honestly, very shocked here, LeVar.
Absolutely. You know, I thought Komodo would have put, more of a dominant showing on. But, all that anger, they say don't fight with emotion. Fight with your head. And I feel like Komodo's emotions is definitely getting in the way of him tonight. And Adonis has been able to take big advantage over that as the knee gets reversed from Komodo. And now he's right back on the attack.
Wow.
Oh, he got out of it.
Look at Adonis, the agility, the speed. This is a picture-perfect game plan so far. Yeah, he's had some damage done to him, but he is firmly in the driver's seat right now. And Komodo needs to be careful. The second constellation connecting, LeVar.
Look at this, finally get the job done to Komodo. 1, 2, 3. Thought that would have been it, but the fight from Komodo just keeps prevailing on. Adonis is right back on the attack on the outside. And, like you were saying, he deserves to play it up to the crowd. This man has put on maybe one of the most impressive showings I've seen.
I would completely agree with you, my man, as this is just, it's insane. It's genuinely incredible because we saw Komodo and Bull Bronson, we saw them go to a war. Komodo, in respect to Bull Bronson, but we saw Komodo really take Bull Bronson to his limit, and right now, it seems as if Adonis is taking Komodo to his limit. But I have to agree with your point that you said earlier. I really feel like, and no discredit to Adonis, this man is, what a performance, what a debut. But I feel like you're right. I feel like Komodo is really not performing tactically here tonight. I think he's emotionally fueled.
Yes, and that could lead to your downfall, as both of these men are looking to get back into the ring. Count of 6. Komodo kind of taking the lap, trying to catch his breath, after getting absolutely, mostly mauled in a big sit-out spine buster right in the corner.
And now you see, look at Komodo just preying on him, watching Adonis. And now, respectfully, but this is something that Chris Skywalker should be looking at. When you have an opponent in the corner, you don't walk away from them. And now, wait a minute, Komodo gonna start showing us that strength there. That single arm dropping powerbomb, and now Adonis. I don't know if that was the time as Komodo the Uranagi.
Spinning Uranagi, putting a little bit of rotation, a little extra force on it. And now we see Komodo trying to see as the pop-up Samoan drop finally connects.
And now Komodo, that big splash! Right on top of Adonis. 1, 2, and Komodo seals the deal, LeVar. Look at him, though. He's tired.
Yes, sir. One splash on the top rope is all it took, and that just took the life out of Adonis, but gave the victory to the monster Samoan, Komodo.
Man, oh man, folks, Komodo with a performance and Adonis with a performance. But guess what? After these commercial messages, our main event is up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, after we gave this man some time to rest and catch his breath, he is back. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to our main event to figure out who faces Nino Infinito for the Openweight Championship. Ladies, coming out right now, first we seen him win that big elimination fatal 4-way to start off the show. Ethan Gates. Man, Brian, I'm glad to be here with you. Last match of the night, how you feeling?
What a wonderful show we have had here tonight, LeVar. The competition that ROG constantly is showing us just goes to show why this promotion is going to be one of the top promotions in the world, man. We have Ethan Gates, and then we have the gatekeeper himself, Tom Richter. Folks, strap in, get your drinks, get your snacks, leave a like, subscribe, and make sure to always tune in, turn those notifications on. Ring of Glory weekly content, man. Which one of these guys goes on next week to face Nino Infinito for the Openweight Championship? LeVar, what a night, man. It's been so crazy. So glad to have you by my side. So glad I have no one else here with me, man. What a time to be alive, brother.
No, and I'm always be appreciative of you letting me commentate here with you tonight, you know, every night, every pay-per-view, you know, but it's always going to be us too. We always going to be here on ROG, on TCN, no matter what.
That's just how we do it. The voices of the new generation, the voices of TCN. We are here. We are proud. And look at Tom Richter. He is proud. Both of these men, Tom Richter and Ethan Gates, surviving 3 other men. And LeVar, interestingly enough, both of these men had 2 eliminations in their matches.
Yes, sir. We saw Ethan Gates eliminate.
That's all right. You might have forgot he had Sean Sky, and he also had, what's that other gentleman's name? Jesus Christ, my producer's notes are failing me here. But he had Sean Sky. It was him and Sean in the last 2 to secure his position here.
No, and it was a hard-fought match as Tom Richter eliminated, you know, the debuting Chris Skywalker, excuse me, and got another big elimination on Titan.
Yeah, when he eliminated Super Titan, man, that was absolutely crazy. And now Tom Richter, the first pinfall attempt here in the match, did not go successful here. Both of these guys, vets in the game, they both know what to do here. They both know what these big moments mean for one another. And that is exactly why they came here tonight, trying to prove themselves as the best that they can be. And now Tom Richter really controlling Ethan Gates here. And I wanted to make a mention here that it was Kadir Hassan that we saw get eliminated by Ethan Gates. Ethan took out Kadir and Sean Sky.
Those were two very big eliminations. Of course, wasn't the biggest elimination in that match because Sean Sky had eliminated Leonard Dimes, you know, the biggest competitor in the match, and probably one of the biggest of the night. As now, getting back to the main event, as Ethan Gates just got dropped on the back of his neck.
You know, man, this is a match that I wanted to see regardless, and I'm just so grateful that fortunes played out the way that they did tonight. No disrespect to the other men that were not able to advance, but this is a match that I've been really keen on. Big Northern Light suplex by Tom Richter as he follows Ethan Gates to the outside, and we have noticed this from Tom Richter. A huge suplex yet again.
You know, and it's kind of ironic that these two are, you know, going against each other. You got Ethan Gates, a man who's trying to open up the gate to get to the Raw title, and you got the gatekeeper trying to keep him away from it and, you know, get to it himself. But one man they can't keep away from it currently is, you know, Nino Infinito. Again, won that big fatal four-way match at Genesis of Glory to get himself to be the first contender for the Openweight title.
The main event of our next week's show, man, that is going to be crazy. That is going to be a historic night as Gates close are going to be hit by Tom Richter, and this could do it for Ethan Gates' title aspirations too.
I almost thought that was going to be it. I almost just thought that was going to be it. That 2.9 was real close to Ethan Gates being dropped, but this might be it right here. Oh, big reversal. Northern Light suplex from Ethan Gates. Beautiful.
Ethan Gates was scouting from earlier tonight, man. He knew that X-Plex was coming up, and he was not going to allow Tom Richter to get away with that. Ethan Gates off the ropes, big kick to the face of Tom, and you got to think that stunned the gatekeeper. Ethan Gates is rolling two clotheslines. He's going to sweep the leg. Yes, sir. Ethan Gates is on fire. He's hyped up, and the crowd's into it, LeVar.
Yes, and here's what you also got to think about. Hold on, wrenching the arm. Ooh, catch the
arm,
and it needed a mouth.
Oh my God.
That'll knock any normal man's lights out, but that just goes to show Tom Richter is not a normal man.
And now Ethan Gates have Tom Richter up, man. Is he going to hit it? No, he's not. Tom Richter, Poison Rana. Holy, I did not expect that out of the gatekeeper, man.
Not at all, but you gotta do whatever when something.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Dawn. The gates have been closed once again. Tom Richter, 1, 2. Oh, with a big kick out from Ethan Gates, showing still some signs of life.
It's the main event, man. You know both of these guys are going to sit there and they're going to keep going until the wheels fall off. It does not matter. They want to see Nino Infinito in the main event of next week's show as a huge flying knee takes Tom off his feet. But look at Tom not staying down for long.
You know, I had the chance to speak with Nino Infinito. He's backstage right now. He's watching the match. I spoke to him while we were on commercial break, and he had said it doesn't matter who wins. All that he knows is the Openweight title is coming home with him.
Oh my God, the third time! That has to be it.
And that might have just shut the gates on Ethan Gates' chance in
out.
Battling maneuvers.
Get out. Saving himself. And the kip up, maybe playing a little bit of possum there, but Tom Richter just immediately putting him down on the mat once again, LeVar.
Wiping that leg out and dropping the knee on the back of the head. And we know Tom Richter, he's a brawler. He'll pick you apart. We saw him do it to Chris Skywalker. You know, it got a little bit too hard to watch. At a certain point in the match, is a big kitchen sink. Sweeps out Ethan Gates.
Ethan Gates with a huge springboard forearm yet again. And Ethan Gates, as you said, still showing signs of life in him. And this is exactly what Ethan wants to do, showing those educated feet. And now just going to start laying the damage into Tom Richter and show him that he is not going to have a repeat of what he did earlier tonight to Chris Skywalker.
And here also what you got to put into play. Ethan Gates had his match at the beginning of the night. So he had time to watch the other Fatal 4-Way match, get some rest. That took a little bit of time. And also watch our co-main event and get more time to rest, as Richter only had the co-main event to rest. He didn't have that much time, but his adrenaline's still pumping. He still got it going as Ethan Gates has calmed down a little bit.
And that could be a detriment, you know, when your adrenaline's pumping, you know, you're not really feeling as much damage and as much pain. So right now, Ethan is trying to fire himself up, and he's doing a damn good job at it, as he is really making Richter respect him. And look at LeVar, that cut on the side of his head that we saw earlier tonight that was opened up by that steel barricade is now opened again.
Exactly, you know, and that's just, oh, what a clothesline from the top rope. Like we said, that adrenaline makes you do crazy things, and we see Tom Richter on the top rope. But Ethan Gates wisely gets back in the ring, so he has to rethink his game plan here. But knows exactly what he's gonna do. Back breaker straight across the knee.
Oh, that was disgusting. That had a lot of oomph on it, as he just drops that point of the elbow to the face of Ethan Gates. And now just gonna begin the assault, man. But no, I might have spoken too soon, as Ethan Gates refusing to say die, giving some knees of his own to Tom Richter.
Just smashing the knees, and here comes another one. Straight to the jaw, and now back to the assault. Just Ethan Gates has become an absolute brawler tonight.
Hey man, you gotta learn to adapt to the people that you're in the ring with. And I can't say that I blame the guy, because this is exactly what you need to do. When the going gets tough, you get dirty, as Ethan Gates has Tom Richter up. Savior Salvation connects, and this could do it. 1, 2. Oh.
Kick out. He was looking for that Savior Salvation earlier, but you saw Richter got that big reversal, that big poison Rana. Came out of nowhere. That was something new, something Richter had to pull out the back pocket. His big knee across the skull once again. And that's the thing Ethan Gates has been doing. He's been picking Richter apart with these knees as he looks for it again.
Those educated knees and feet, man. He is not afraid to use them. And now Ethan Gates has one more thing on his mind. What is he looking for here, LeVar? Oh, but Tom Richter, he knew to get out of harm's way there. Oh,
Salvation scouted as a big German suplex. Finally gets Richter back in the driver's seat, and now going to use some knees of his own, driving across the back of the head. And now Tom Richter going to drop the elbow across the bridge of the nose.
But wait a minute, Ethan Gates has him rolled up. Is he going to steal it? 2. Ethan Gates steals it, LeVar.
I'm lost for words. You know, that was a banger, absolute banger of a match. And, you know, you got to do whatever you got to do. The little sneaks, the little playing a little bit of possum gets the roll up. But ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for joining us. Another sold out crowd, another successful main event, another successful ROG show. And I'll see you next week when this man, Ethan Gates, takes on Nino Infinito.